Hi children, how are you? Hope you are safe at home and following the videos. Yes. See children, we were in the chapter 9 fractions, right? Yes. In the last session we have started the fractions chapter. In the last session what we have learned? We have learned about what is a fraction. What is a fraction children? It is a part of a whole. Okay, when we take a full part, full thing, complete thing. And in that one part is called a fraction. Okay, fraction is a part of a whole. And in the last session we have learned about the types of fractions also. What are the types of fractions? See, unit fractions, like fractions, unlike fractions, proper fractions, improper fractions and mixed fractions. These are the types of fractions. Okay children, now in this session we are going to learn about one more thing children, equivalent fractions. What are equivalent fractions? Before seeing what are equivalent fractions, we will take few examples children. We will see one example and then we will talk about equivalent fractions. Okay, your father when coming from office, while he is coming from office, what he did? He bought 2 chocolates. Okay, this is your chocolate. Okay, and for your brother, 1 more chocolate. Okay, he bought 2 chocolates, one for you and one for your brother, and 2 chocolates are often of the same type. This let us take, this is Milky Bar and this is Daddy Milk. Okay, so he bought 2 chocolates. As he bought 2 chocolates and he gave, you people will be eating the chocolates, right? Yes. So you ate this part. Means how much fraction of the chocolate you ate? You ate 1/5 of the chocolate. Means out of 5 pieces you ate 1 piece. And your brother ate this part. Means how much part he ate? He ate 2/10 part. Okay, 2/10 he ate. Means out of 10 pieces he ate 2 pieces. So this is the fraction you ate 1/5 and this is the fraction you or brother ate. Okay, 2/10 part. So see here children, let us take the part which you ate and which your brother ate. See, this is the part which you ate. Okay, 1/5. And this is the part which your brother ate. 2/10 part. Right? So here if you observe children, this part and this part of the same size. See children, here he ate 2 parts, but maybe he ate 2 parts, but the size what you ate is same to the size of what your brother ate. Means even when you ate 1 piece out of 5 pieces is equal to 2 pieces out of 10 pieces. Means the same part, the same size of chocolate you and your brother ate. And these 2 fractions means the same part. These 2 fractions are showing the same size. And these 2 are called as equivalent fractions. What are those children? Equivalent fractions. See here, even though you ate 1 piece out of 10 pieces, this is of the same size of 2 pieces your brother ate out of 10 pieces. Means here 1/5 and 2/10 are equivalent fractions. What are these children? Equivalent fractions. Okay. Okay children, let us see what are equivalent fractions. See, the fractions that denote the same part, means the fractions which are showing the same part in a whole are called equivalent fractions. Means the fractions which show the same part, okay, the same size, the parts of same size are called as equivalent fractions. Let us take one more example. See children, here 2 pizzas were there. Okay, and this pizza is for you and this pizza is for your sister. Okay, what you did? You made the pizza into 4 pieces. But your sister, what she did? She made the same pizza. Your mother prepared the pizza of the same size. Okay, she made the pizza into 8 pieces. Okay, you made the pizza into 4 pieces and your sister made the same pizza into 8 pieces. And out of 4 pieces you ate 1 piece. Means what is the fraction you ate? That is 1/4. Okay, 1/4. And your sister ate this part. Means what is the fraction she ate? 2/8. Means here see, you ate only 1 piece. But here the piece which you ate is the same of the piece which your sister ate. Okay, even though it is 1/4 and here it is 2/8. Okay, it is the same part it is showing. It is showing it from the whole part. These 2 fractions are showing the same part. Okay, so these are These are called as equivalent fractions. So here 1 by 4 and 2 by 8 are equivalent fractions. Let us see few examples. What are equivalent fractions? Let us take the examples of, see, 2 by 5, 2 by 5, 4 by 10, 6 by 15, 8 by 20, 10 by 25. All these are equivalent fractions. Means all these fractions show the same part of a whole. And these are called as equivalent fractions. This is one set of equivalent fractions. Let us take one more example for equivalent fractions, children. Let us take one more example, children. 1 by 2, 2 by 4, 3 by 6, 4 by 8, 5 by 10, etc. These are one more set of equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions means the fractions which are showing the same part of a whole are called as equivalent fractions. Okay, children, now we will see how to find the equivalent fractions. When a fraction is given, how to find the equivalent fraction. See here, children, there are two ways to find the equivalent fraction. First one, see, multiply the numerator and the denominator with the same number. Okay, what we have to do in the first way, we have to multiply. If we multiply the numerator, means the part of the fraction which is on the top, with the same number. Okay, the numerator and the denominator with the same number, you will get the equivalent fraction. Let us take an example, children. See, let us take 1 by 2. We have to find the equivalent fraction for this number. Okay, so what we can do? What we are telling, we have to multiply the numerator and the denominator with the same number. Means take 1 by 2 and multiply 2 by 2. Here we are multiplying the numerator with the same number and the denominator also with the same number. So here 1 2s are 2 by 2 2s are 4. So here 2 by 4 is the equivalent fraction for 1 by 2. Means here 1 by 2 and 2 by 4 are equivalent fractions. Let us find out another equivalent fraction. See, let us take one more. See, 1 by 2 into 3 by 3. See here, children, any number you can take, but it should not be 0. We can multiply the numerator and the denominator with any number, but it should not be 0. It should be a non-zero number. We can multiply with 3 by 3 or 4 by 4 or 5 by 5 or 10 by 10, 100 by 100, 99 by 99. Any number we can multiply. But then here two conditions are there. First one, it should not be at 0. It should not be 0. Okay. Next one, the numerator and the denominator should be same numbers. Okay. So here, now multiply 1 3s are 3 by 2 3s are 6. So here 3 by 6 is also one equivalent fraction for 1 by 2. So here we can find any number of equivalent fractions for a number. We can find any number of equivalent fractions. So here 1 by 2, 2 by 4, 3 by 6 are equivalent fractions. Okay, if you multiply 1 by 2 with 4 by 4, you will get one more equivalent fraction, that is 4 by 8. Like this, here these are equivalent fractions. Means the first way how to find the equivalent fractions are we have to multiply the numerator and the denominator with the same number. With the same number you have to multiply, and one more thing, children, it should not be a 0. It should not be a 0. Okay, children? Yes. So here, this is how we find the equivalent fractions in the first method, right? Let us see one more thing, children. See the second way of finding the equivalent fractions. Divide the numerator and the denominator with the same number. See here, children. If you multiply the fraction with the same number, you will get equivalent fractions. Otherwise, you can divide. Okay? Yes. See, let us take 4 by 8. What am I saying? We can divide the numerator and the denominator with the same numbers. So here let us take 4 by 8 divided by 2 by 2. See here, numerator and the denominator are both we are dividing with the same numbers, 2 by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 8 divided by 2, it is 4. So here 4 by 8 and 2 by 4 are equivalent fractions. Okay, children, let us divide by 4. See, 4 by 8 divided by 4 by 4. See, 4 divided by 4 is 1, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So here 4 by 8 and 1 by 2 are equivalent fractions. See, so what are these set of equivalent fractions here? 4 by 8, 2 by 4 and 1 by 2 are equivalent fractions like this. Like this, any fraction we can take and we can find the equivalent fractions for that fraction. Okay, children? So this is how we find the equivalent fractions. First one is we can multiply the numerator and the denominator with the same number. Otherwise, we can divide the numerator and the denominator with the same number. Okay, children? Yes. Okay, children. Now we will see how to check whether if two fractions are given. How to check whether they are equivalent or not. Okay. Now we will check whether the two given fractions are equivalent or not. See, children, let us take 3 by 5, 9 by 15. Here two fractions are given. 3 by 5 and 9 by 15 are given. What we have to check here, now in this we have to check whether these two fractions, the two given fractions 3 by 5 and 9 by 15 are equivalent or not. How we will check it? See, children, to check we have to do cross multiplication. What is this cross multiplication, children? Take the two given fractions, children. 3 by 5 and 9 by 15 are the two fractions given, children. Yes. Now cross multiplication means here we will multiply the numerator of the first number with the denominator of the second number. Means these two. Okay. And the denominator of the first number and the numerator of the second number we will multiply. Means what we have to do here? See, 3 into 15 we will multiply the numerator of the first number and the denominator of the second number. And 5 into 9. See, the denominator of the first number and the numerator of the second number. Now check, 3 15s are 45. 9 5s are 45. So here both are same. When we multiply these both, we got the same number, same answer. So these two are equivalent fractions. Means equivalent fractions means what? To check equivalent fractions, what we have to do? We have to do cross multiplication. What is that, children? Cross. Cross multiplication. Okay? Cross multiplication means you have to multiply the numerator of the first fraction with the denominator of the second fraction and the denominator of the first fraction with the numerator of the second fraction. And if the product of these two are same, we say the two fractions are equivalent. Let us take one more example, children. Let us take 1 by 10 and 3 by 30. 3 by 30. Let us check whether these two are equivalent or not. See, 1 by 10 and 3 by 30, whether these two are equivalent fractions or not, we will check. So to check what we have to do, we have to do cross multiplication. Means the numerator of the first fraction should be multiplied with the denominator of the second fraction. What is that? 1 into 30. Right? And the denominator of the first fraction with the numerator of the second fraction, that is 10 into 3. 1 30s are 30. 10 3s are 30. So here both are same. So here we can say that these two fractions are equivalent fractions. Okay? When the product of these two, the answer when we got after doing the cross multiplication is same, we say that the two given fractions are equivalent. Let us take one more example. Let us take 3 by 6 and 4 by 7. Let us check whether these two are equivalent or not. Okay? Do cross multiplication. So 3 into 7, 6 into 4. 3 7s are 21. 6 4s are 24. Are these two same? No. One is 21 and the other is 24. So these two are not equivalent fractions. Okay, children? To find whether the given fractions are equivalent or not, what we have to do? We have to check. We have to do cross multiplication and we have to check the answers. The two answers we got are same. Those will be equivalent fractions. If the product is not same, those are not equivalent fractions. Okay, children, understood? Yes. So in this session we have learned about equivalent fractions, right? What are equivalent fractions? How to find the equivalent fractions? And how to check the given fractions are equivalent or not. Yes? Yes. Okay, children, take few fractions and start practicing, children. Take few fractions and start finding the equivalent fractions for that fraction. Okay, children? Yes. Practice, you will get it. Right? Take care. Thank you.